Mangwana ni Malelepo Vukenjani Klekwas Vanave Africa. This is Africa Good Morning, the show that keeps you abreast with the latest happenings across the African continent and beyond. In this broadcast, we reflect on the year 2024 with an episode that brings you a comprehensive rundown of key events, milestones, and moments that have shaped Africa this year. From political developments to groundbreaking innovations and cultural highlights to social transformations, we'll take you through the stories that have defined the African narrative in 2024. Follow all our programs on oneup2.com or DSTV 285 and GoTV 25 in Namibia, as well as Network Media Hub on YouTube. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the top stories, bringing you key developments and impactful events shaping the continent and beyond.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Now we will cross over to Mike Sichula for more pertinent stories from Zambia, but we do start our top stories with a story from Zambia. Now, police have detained Patriotic Front member Raphael Nakachinda for disobedience of statutory duties. Nakachinda, aged 45, had been detained for disobedience of statutory duties as outlined in Section 126 of the Penal Code Act, Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga said the detention is in connection with Section 18(1)(b) and F of the Electoral Commission of Zambia Act number 25 of 2016. He said Nakachinda, who was then publicity secretary for the Patriotic Front Party at the time, allegedly provided false information to the public that pre-marked ballots had been displaced to Lusangazi Mkushi and Mwenze by-elections on November 4, 2022.
Now, the Mozambican government said on Friday that the extension of the Maputo port concession for 25 years will produce gains of more than $8 billion for the economy. Excuse me. With the extension of the concession, we project direct benefits for the domestic economy, including more than $8 billion in rents, dividends, and direct taxes, said the Deputy Minister of Transport and Communications, Hamilton Alisson. Alisson was speaking, excuse me, after signing the addendum to the port's concession contract with the MPDC consortium, which extends the period of management of the port of Maputo until the 13th of April 2058. The work to be carried out as part of the extension of the infrastructure concession will enable the creation of more than 1,000 direct jobs and 5,000 indirect jobs, making a significant contribution to the country's socio-economic development, he said. The same decree approves the terms of the business plan for making additional investments to increase cargo handling capacity at the port of Maputo, with the concessionaire being authorized to make additional investments of $2 billion in the port concession area.
All right, moving on to our next story. Senegal's President Macky Sall urged participants in a national dialogue to reach a consensus on a date to hold a delayed presidential election, failing which he will ask the Constitutional Council to find his replacement when his mandate ends on 2 April 2024. The West African nation, set to become an oil and gas producer by the end of the year, has been thrown into an unprecedented political crisis after Sall postponed the election initially scheduled for the 25th of this month. Senegal's Constitutional Council, the highest election authority, later ruled that Sall's decision to postpone the election and a subsequent 10-month postponement voted by Parliament were unconstitutional.
At least 15 Catholic worshippers were killed in a Burkina Faso village on Sunday when gunmen attacked a community as they gathered for prayers in the country's conflict-hit northern region. Church officials said the violence in the village of Esakane was a terrorist attack that left 12 of the Catholic faithful dead at the scene, while 3 others died later as they were being treated for their wounds, according to a statement issued by Abbot Jean-Pierre Sawadogo, Vicar General of the Catholic Diocese of Dori, where the attack happened. No further details were provided about the attack, which no group claimed responsibility for.
And Algeria inaugurated Africa's largest mosque, the third largest in the world, on Sunday after years of upheaval. The Great Mosque of Algiers is only smaller than the mosques of Makkah and Medina, built by a Chinese construction firm in the 2010s. The mosque features the world's tallest minaret, measuring 265 meters, and a prayer area that can accommodate 120,000 people. Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune inaugurated the mosque in a mainly ceremonial event. Those have been our top stories on Africa. Good morning. After the break, we talk to Mike Sichula in Zambia. We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in. Seems like poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
1.85 for the national record.
Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo Kahana.
Wij zijn CVI is er aan neertrekken. Hij bal ligt met grond gepakt. Ja, hij heeft grond gepakt. En dan zien we
running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one. Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV. All right, let's check in with our correspondents stationed across the African continent. They brought us in-depth coverage of the stories making waves in their respective countries.
Now, Zambia has increased its export of honey from $684,000 in 2011 to over $6 million in 2022. Here to give us the full details of the story is Mike Sichula, all the way in Lusaka, Zambia. Good morning, Mr. Sichula.
Africa, good morning. Thank you very much, Diana. Good morning, Mr. Ashwin.
All right, Mr. Sichula, please carry on and get into all four of your stories if you can.
All right, thank you very much. So this is according to the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry Permanent Secretary, Lydia Ngwaria, who discussed that the increase of honey is because of support from enhanced integrated framework under the World Trade Organization. Then also Zambia, also the European Union has just followed suit with the United Kingdom, approving Zambia's Finkubala or Mapon will start stocking this product in Zambia. So this in European countries. So this is a market that Zambia will now be exporting honey. They'll also be exporting other non-traditional exports, which are besides the export of copper. So in terms of this development, it is likely it is increasing Zambia's export base. Then secondly, India and China, the remaining two official creditors, have signed Zambia's debt restructuring deal. So Zambia has been having a long debt restructuring discussions with its creditors, namely China and India, among others. So according to the president, Hakainde Hichilema, says the two official creditors, that is India and China, have finally signed the debt restructuring deal. So this brings to conclusion the long negotiations with official creditors, which will now help unlock resources for Zambia's development aspiration. So the president announced this when he graced the Nchwala traditional ceremony for the Ngoni people in Chipata district over the weekend. Then moving on, Zambia has been elected to be on the bureau that are preparing for a forthcoming conference. So this bureau is Zambia and South Africa will represent the African region as Burundi serves as an envoy of developing countries. So the organizing session of the UN Bureau of Preparatory Committee, Zambia was elected as one of the 12 countries whose representative will serve as Bureau's co-vice president. So the UN's International Conference on Financing is earmarked to be held next year in Spain from June 30 to July 3rd, 2025. So the forthcoming conference is expected to build on the previous ones held in Mexico and Qatar in 2002 and 2008 and 2015 in Ethiopia. Then lastly, in the world of football, the Copper Queens will take on Ghana in the second leg of the Olympic qualifiers. So Zambia going into this match, this match will take place tomorrow at Ndola's Levin Mwanawasa Stadium. So Zambia goes into this match carrying a 1-0 victory, which they recorded on Friday last week in Accra. So for Zambia to progress to the next round, they need to win this match. Then they can meet either Morocco or Tunisia in the last stage for the qualifiers of the Olympic qualification. So Zambia is seeking a back-to-back qualification to the Olympics. They made history last year when they participated at the Olympics, and they're hoping that this time around they can return to the Paris Olympics. So it will be a very explosive match because the Ghanaians are also not giving in despite them losing 1-0 at their backyard.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike, for bringing us the pertinent stories coming from Zambia.
Thank you very much, Africa. Good morning to our dear viewers in the African continent.
On to economic news, we explored the developments affecting economies across Africa, from shifts in trade policies to emerging market trends and the impact of global economic forces on our local markets. Stay tuned as we delve into the economic landscape of Africa and highlight the stories that matter. Let's get into our economic news stories. The United Nations office in Nairobi is set to undergo a significant expansion, with plans unveiled at $267.5 million investment in conference facilities. During her address at the 6th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly in Nairobi on Monday, UNON Director General Zainab Babangura revealed that the project, slated to begin in 2025, aims for completion by 2030. The decision to proceed with the project came after the General Assembly approved of financing during its 98th session in December 2023. The initiative seeks to bolster the facility's capacity to accommodate 9,000 delegates for 4 more meetings, a substantial increase from the current 2,000-person capacity.
Now, just last week, we were talking about peanut butter that was recalled in South Africa, and now the National Consumer Commission is calling on all manufacturers of peanut butter to start testing their products. Earlier this month, Pick n Pay recalled their no-name and Eden all-natural peanut butter from its stores, which had elevated levels of aflatoxin, which may cause harm to humans. Woolworths also recalled their peanut butter dairy product recently. The head of complaints and investigations at the Commission, Prudence Moilwa, says they suspect something went wrong in the manufacturing of peanut butter. She says they are investigating this further. Currently, we are conducting investigations against the House of Natural Butters, which is the main supplier that has been supplying all these peanut butters both to Pick n Pay and Dis-Chem and other suppliers that have supplied this product eventually to Woolworths. So the reason why we want everybody to test is just the way that the overlap in the supply chains of certain suppliers and manufacturers and retailers, where we think that there is a possibility that we cannot go after a particular manufacturer, she added.
And you know, as Africans, certain problems shouldn't be a part of our tapestry. Get yourself a bucket, get peanuts, go to your grandmother and relax.
It's true.
Yes, do some work in the field. By tomorrow, you've got your peanut butter. I promise you, and there'll be no issues with it. So those have been our economic news stories on Africa. Good morning.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
And now for sports news, this is where we bring you the updates from the world of sport across Africa and the world. From the thrilling match highlights to athlete achievements and major tournaments to emerging talents throughout 2024. It was an action-filled sporting weekend. Premier League was well underway, and these are some of the results. Arsenal, after a controversial loss to Newcastle last year, got the best of the Magpies 4-1. Wolves beat Sheffield United 1-0. Bournemouth lost to Manchester City 1-0. Manchester United lost to Fulham 2-1, and Brighton and Everton shared the spoils with a 1-1 draw.
You were very excited to mention Manchester United.
Their goal difference is 0, and my team's goal difference is 39. And if I told you how many of them are in my inbox, you would think it's a different year. Maybe Sir Alex Ferguson is still there. They just need a break from the delusion.
It's why I have decided to step away from Manchester United, because
it's understandable.
It's understandable that I would die from stress.
Oh yes, you would.
Yes.
You would. But as an Arsenal fan, I can tell you, you can take more stress.
All right, now in some more sports news, ex-Gambia coach lands a new job in the Philippines. Former Gambia head coach Tom Saintfiet has been appointed the Philippine national team's new coach in a surprising deal. The 50-year-old Belgian tactician was introduced to the media by Philippine Football Federation on Monday morning. Speaking on his new job, Tom Saintfiet said, "I needed an ambitious task, a project. My experience in national team football is that it's not always the best players who win games. It's personality and commitment. Playing for your country is the highest you can achieve."
Now, in a sad update, a Kenyan runner died of a suspected heart attack after collapsing at the finish of Saturday's Cameroon mountain race, Africa's oldest international athletic competition, according to officials. The 33-year-old athlete, identified as Charles Kipsang Kipkokir, was leading the race but suffered a malaise that forced him to briefly stop minutes to the finish line, said Bernard Okalai Bilia, governor of the Southwest region where the race took place. Now, Kipkokir, who succeeded in crossing the finish line, thereafter collapsed after collecting his prize. He was rushed to the hospital where he died minutes later.
Now, Jared Bowen scored a hat-trick as West Ham belatedly picked up their first win of 2024 with a crushing 4-2 victory over Brentford at the London Stadium on Monday Night Football. It is a result that emphatically ends a run of 6 games without a win for David Moyes' side, with their last on December 28th, and one that means the Bees remain at the heart of the relegation battle with 12 games to play. Bowen scored his first of the night and first in the league since December 23 inside 5 minutes, and ghosted into the box to guide home a second less than 2 minutes later.
Yes. On December 28th, West Ham beat Arsenal. I believe the score was 2-1. Was it 2-0? They were very proud of themselves. And then 2 weeks ago, they lost 5-0. So, it's good to see you playing football again, West Ham. Those have been our...
Irongo Med is a leading distributor working in partnership with NewMed and WestMed to meet the comprehensive needs of the Namibian healthcare sector. As a partner pursuing sustainable global healthcare, we offer industry-leading medical solutions through our key focus areas, which include pharmaceuticals, orthopedics, ophthalmology, surgical devices and capital equipment, as well as a well-established scientific laboratory division. In healthcare, Irango Med is committed to making a difference. What about you?
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
DSTV 285, GoTV 25, OneUp2.com and Network Media Hub on YouTube is precisely where you can find us. Thank you for watching Africa Good Morning. Swera Jakanaka.